Are you sure you want to be a software engineer? Around the world, many companies are hiring software engineers, and you want to be like them on your Bugatti and your 6-studio office? This is not a bad thing to desire, nor is it an impossible thing to achieve. But please consider these things before you venture into becoming a software engineer. You hate problem solving. If your first instinct to seeing a problem is getting another person to do it, then software engineering might not be for you. If you don't like problem solving, you might actually be a good manager. You might need to just stay away from software engineering. You should not be scared to solve problems if you want to be an effective engineer. Another reason you might not want to be a software engineer: you hate math. Math, the language of Asians or the French. Without mathematics, computer science would have been impossible. The early programmers were actually mathematicians, and they created the bulk of the concepts and paradigms that we use in software engineering to date. Things like encryption, path mapping, sorting, data structures, computation, algorithms, all these things were considered under math, and without mathematics, they would not be possible. Another reason might be you don't like stress. The life of a software engineer is a life of suffering and problems.
I want problems always.
Imagine spending hours on end thinking about a problem and spending days fixing the code that you yourself created, only to discover that you made a typo in an obscure file that you were referencing. Another reason to consider is you hate your back. If you want to look like Quasimodo, then become a software engineer. Just kidding. With the right practices and exercises, this will be no issue. It just requires a lot of attention and dedication from you. Another reason is you sacrifice your eyes. As an engineer, you spend so much time in front of the screen. The more you look at the screen, the more your eyes are stressed. You definitely need to invest a lot of time in front of the screen. If your eyesight is not good, go see a doctor and check if the screen is a good thing for you to spend much time on. Another thing to consider is you are a slow typer, and typing stresses you out. If you type like some of my old bosses who just use my computer science degree as a glorified typist, then this field might not be for you. I on my end am not a fast typist, but I am okay. There was a time I found typing very stressful, but hunger is a great motivator. You need to be willing to improve on your typing speed and hopefully become a touch typer. If not, it would progressively become a daunting career path for you. Another reason is you need money ASAP, as soon as possible.
Money coming to me now.
This is a myth that goes like this: my industry is dying. All I need to do is learn to code. Then I'll get a job at Amazon and make above $50,000 per year. This is harder than it's described. You most likely will spend multiple years before you get a breakthrough. Don't panic when you don't see a good job on time. It is normal. If you need money immediately, please don't quit your job for software engineering. Save up, study, suffer for a while. In the end, you will break through, Christ willing. Another reason not to consider software engineering is you have anxiety issues. If you get anxious easily or frequently, please, Biko, stay away from software engineering. Thank you. Another reason is you hate change. This is a field where nothing is constant. If you snooze, you'll be hawking bread the next day. You have to be constantly reading and studying, learning about new technologies, old paradigms, best practices, new vulnerabilities. In other words, if you learn one thing and it feeds you for a while, you will be out of a job if you refuse to learn new things or older things. Old things meaning the foundation of what you've already learned. Another reason not to be a software engineer is you take feedback as an attack. The bulk of software engineering is fixing bugs or discarding code. When you open yourself to feedback and criticism, you also open yourself to a lot of hurt. When you get hard feedback, you have no choice but to discard code that you suffered to create. Imagine spending hours and sleepless nights only to get feedback from your colleague, superior, or Linus Torvald that your code is inefficient, and the solution to fix it requires you to dump a huge portion of your code. That can be frustrating, but as an engineer, you have to be open to this fact. Your code sucks, and you have to be open to discard them if the reason presents itself. Always remember that not all feedbacks are attacks, and not all feedbacks are valid. There are many other reasons why you should not be a software engineer, but these are the ones I can think of off my head. This video is not meant to discourage you, but to give you insight. If you want to go into software engineering, push for it and you can make it. In conclusion, in general, I want more people to become software engineers. But if you have so much mental stress and are unwilling to handle much stress extra, please find something else that you are good at. If you have a friend that is diving headlong into software engineering and you are concerned about them, send them this video. If this video was helpful to you, leave me a like and consider subscribing and commenting if you would like to see the next version of this video. Christ willing, see you on the next one. Thanks for watching and have a Merry Christmas.